Okay, so when we multiply fractions and mixed numbers, we need to remember that all numbers must be written as fractions. We need to write any mixed number as improper fractions. So for example, 3 and 2/5 would be 5 times 3 plus 2. So 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is 17/5. And any whole numbers, we need to write them as a fraction with 1 as the denominator. So 8 would be equal to 8/1. So again, no mixed numbers in the problems. You have to make sure everything is a fraction, a numerator and a denominator, and that's it. What's really great about multiplication is that you do not need a common denominator. Once you have everything as a fraction, it's really simple. All you do is multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and then simplify. So if we look down at 1, 2, 3, and 4, we can see that number 1 are already fractions. So we know that we're just going to multiply across. Number 2 has a whole number. So we're going to rewrite this problem as 5/1 times 3/4. Number 3, I see a mixed number that I know I'm going to have to write as a fraction, and times 3/1. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so that's 7/2. And then for number 4, you have 2 mixed numbers that you're going to need to rewrite as improper fractions before you multiply. Go ahead and pause the video, try those 4 problems on your own. When you've got them fully simplified, meaning mixed numbers, we've checked our numerators and denominators to make sure they don't have any common factors, then you can restart the video and check your answers. Okay, let's go ahead and check our answers. So 2/5 times 1/2. All we're going to do is multiply our numerators. 2 times 1 equals 2. Then multiply our denominators. 5 times 2 is 10. I see that 2 and 10 share a common factor of 2, so I know that I can divide both by 2 and get an answer of 1/5. For number 2, I can see that I have 5/1 times 3/4, so I get 15/4, which is an improper fraction. So to figure out that as a mixed number, I'm going to divide. 4 goes into 15 3 times. There are 3 pieces left over. So my whole number is 3. There are 3 pieces left over out of 4. That's my answer for number 2. For number 3, 7/2, which was 3.5, times 3/1, I get 21/2, which again is improper, and I can think to myself, 2 goes into 21 how many times? 10 whole times. And there is 1 piece left over out of 2, which gives me my answer of 10.5. And for this one, you needed to make both of these into improper fractions. So 1 and 1/3, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4/3. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8, 8/3. Now it's okay that these have a common denominator, just be aware that you don't have to make them have one, but it is okay that these do, it's not a big deal. So now we multiply across. 4 times 8 is 32. 3 times 3 is 9. Set up my division problem. 9 goes into 32 3 whole times. 9 times 3 is 27. If I subtract that, I get 5. So there are 5 pieces left over out of 9. So my answer is 3 5/9. Once you've done that, come see me for 2 more practice problems to make sure that you've got this.